This is the Carolina Real Estate Podcast. Today, a special episode of the Carolina Real Estate Podcast, Coastal Home Tour. Coastal Home Tour takes you on a tour of coastal neighborhoods. Your tour guides are knowledgeable and experienced coastal Carolina realtors who know this neighborhood. Listen as they talk about properties, lifestyle, and amenities in this neighborhood.
So here we are for another edition of Carolina Real Estate Podcast, and it's a special edition again because we're going to tour an awesome home in downtown Charleston. And with me here, I have Sarah Henderson. Sarah, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
I do like your listing. So before we take a tour of it, tell us a little bit about the Katherine Cox team and how you play in that team. You were one of the founding members, were you not?
Katherine and I have been friends for over, 13 years. We both started at Carolina One together, and I just knew I wanted to work with her and knew I wanted to work with these ladies. Our team is all female. It's empowering. We work as a team. We truly are a team.
There is a lot of synergy there for sure. I mean, y'all work together. And Katherine, if you've lived in Mount Pleasant for any Charleston, for that matter, for any time, you understand that family has deep roots in our community for sure.
We have great connections through her family, and I lived here since 2005.
The team as itself, I see a lot of support there when I visited you guys amongst the members. There's no competition. Y'all are working together to make it happen.
Oh, no, we are all working together to make it happen. We have a system sort of like through text, email. We all help one another. Like if an open house needs to happen, an open house is going to happen that weekend.
You got a great support team there, whether it's social media or whether it's Jen with getting the photographs for this podcast. A lot of people that you deal with are past customers and stuff. And I believe the house that we're about ready to tour on Mount Pleasant Street in Charleston, I believe that's a long-term friend of yours, correct?
Yeah. They're great friends of mine. They own a bar called Delilah's downtown and a bar called Sissy Bar up in Park Circle where I live.
So they're local. They're local.
Yes, they're local. Yeah. Yep. Caroline and Mike came from California and moved here and started two businesses.
While we're looking at this listing right now, what's the address again?
2227 Mount Pleasant Street.
I don't want to call it a bungalow, but it's really very cute. Very cute.
I call it a cottage,
Tell us about the walking. How walkable is it?
It's in between Ashley and Rutledge. So there's Container Bar there, many bars and restaurants, Roll American. Hester Park is down there with basketball. There's a garden down there. There's a soccer field. It's ideal for, maybe a couple that is working at MUSC.
So Sarah, they moving out because did you mention they just had twins not too long ago?
Yeah.
So otherwise they would have stayed there.
Oh, 100%. They would have stayed there. They love that house. The location is fantastic for them. It's just the fact that they just grew out of it,
So let's walk through the door and let's just talk about it as we tour the house. And for those on audio only, they can always go to Zillow. And what's the address again, please? It's right there on the screen. It's
2227 Mount Pleasant Street, downtown. So 29403.
What excites you when you listed this house, besides helping your friend, because I know that's one of the motivations you have is to help people when you do real estate. But what is the thing that's exciting about this listing? When you knew you were going to get the listing, what's the first thing that popped up in your mind of the excitement you had to tell people about it?
I think it's just adorable. I think it's very livable for what its purpose is. It's 2-bedroom, 2 full bath, exposed beams. It was built in 2018. So, structurally is sound.
When I saw the year it was built, Sarah, I wanted to say, and I know it's not new construction, but it's pretty darn close to new construction.
I love that it's structurally sound downtown, 2-bedroom, 2 bath. I think we're at a really good price point. Walkability, but not like in the throes of it, right? So it's not too busy on that street. I just love the exposed beams, the tiling in the bathrooms is exquisite.
This kitchen looks pretty good, Sarah.
Yeah. The kitchen is open. You can watch TV and sit on the couch and sit and eat and entertain. The porch out to the side, which is awesome. One parking spot off street. And then of course you got the front porch area, which they've gated off, and you can just kind of flow in and out when it's good weather.
How many square feet is it?
It is 936 square feet. So it's small, but packs a good punch.
But like you said, if there wasn't for the fact that they've got twins,
yeah, they would have lived there forever.
they would have. Yeah. It's a really nice. It really is a nice house there.
Right.
And the location in your profession, location is everything.
There's little inventory downtown at that price point.
So have you had very many showings?
We have had a lot of activity through open houses and other realtors. We've been doing open houses.
This master bathroom is pretty cool, actually.
They did great with the space that they had.
Did they custom build this, or did they buy it after it was built?
They bought it, and it was just like it is now.
That shower in the master bedroom is pretty cool.
The things that they've done, just paint and like sort of customizing it for their family.
It's kind of cool to see the other bedroom with 2 cribs in it.
I know. Isn't it cute? It's so cute. My other friend just had a baby and she has the same crib, and she's like, it's good to know what it's going to look like when they get old, or when she gets older.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Tell us some other things about the house that makes it special for you.
Just love that it's sort of a newer build, hardy plank. We've got that porch that they just like love to have coffee in the morning and sit out there. And then the twins like come and play out there. The street, is not too busy. They've got skateboards and little bikes for their kids. And they, and the neighbors are amazing. They've come over multiple times when I've been there, and just to offer.
Are there a lot of families there that are neighbors?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So across the street, there's a little boy. There are tons of families around there, and everybody kind of looks out for each other, which I love. It feels like a little bit old school downtown versus like newer buildings.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Even though that's a newer house, the culture on that street and the camaraderie is really cool.
Correct. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
Sarah, let's talk about the market in general, if you don't mind. Okay. I've heard that there's been a lot more activity in the last month or so, and we're recording this first part of November. But I've heard that in the last 2 weeks, activity's picked up.
A little bit of a uptick in activity, just because we're in the holidays. So during the holidays, you have serious buyers looking for serious properties. Once the holidays start to happen, I feel like there's a downtick on people wanting to put houses on the market, just because everybody's so busy.
Sure.
But the inventory is so low. So it's like, if you have these serious buyers out here for these properties that are actually listed, you're going to get a viable offer.
Has your team shown more activity in the last 2 or 3 weeks than they have in the previous 2 or 3 weeks?
I would say yes. I mean, we had a marketing meeting on Tuesday, and yes, we have seen more showings in the past 2 weeks than we have in the past 4 weeks. The
one thing about us where we live, Sarah, is people still want to move here no matter what the situation is.
Yeah.
And
I heard a podcast the other day that was like, okay, there are these people that are filming HBO series, and he was just like pumping Charleston, like Charleston's an awesome city. I don't know why I live in LA, like blah, blah, blah. And like, I got activity from that podcast, that like interaction with the person that had been filming here, so there's film, there's Spaywire, there's Boeing, there's like, we have all the things going for us.
And it's close to the beaches, and it's all about location. I've heard this before. I don't know if people would agree, but Charleston is the East Coast San Francisco. And
I haven't heard that, but
and unfortunately the prices are climbing up, but they're not like they are in San Francisco. Hey, thanks for letting the viewers know about this listing on Mount Pleasant Street in downtown Charleston, Sarah. And I appreciate you taking the time to spend with us on Coastal Carolina Real Estate. Thanks very much, okay?
Thanks, Bill. I appreciate you.
You've been listening to or watching the Carolina Real Estate Podcast with Bill Macchio. Want to know more?